So for the reporting template, we are seeing the weekly status report. That means every week somebody has to report it to the management, right? We have to report what happened in the last week or the current week to the management. Now, again, the time duration can be any. For example, typical week is Monday to Friday, correct? So what happened from this Monday to the Friday, current Friday, will be reported the next Monday,
Okay.
right? And every week you will do the same thing. So what I mean is, let me do this here.
So,
calendar. Let's open that.
so as a Scrum Master, I'm voluntarily, I'm not sending any reports, right? Only if they already have some reports within their organization, then only I have to send it, right?
Whatever the agreement has been made between the customer and the team, you have to do that.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So there is no definite answer that a Scrum Master has to do this report, or like we have business analysts will be creating stories. That's everybody knows that. But for Scrum Master, it's not that okay, he or she has to create exactly this report or that report. Whatever needs to be communicated to the stakeholders has to be reported. So what I was saying is, for example, the week is, let's say, Monday, right? 6th Jan to 10th Jan. So that 1 week, all the work what we did will be captured in the report and will be sent or discussed depending on the cadence. Let's say 13th is a Monday, right? So every Monday morning, you will have weekly status report with your customer, and you will report what happened in the last week.
Okay.
And same thing, you will capture from 13th to 17th and report on 20th. Same thing, 20th to 24th, whatever happened will be reported on 27th. So this cycle will continue.
Okay.
Right? So if you see, that's a weekly status report. That's the duration of the report. This is all basic information like contract number, task order number, all that. You will put an agenda, what all we are going to discuss in that report. Okay. Now, as I said, this is not something which you will see in every report.
Exactly.
It is customized to our environment. That's why you will see these topics. On a different project, different company, different project, you may have totally different template.
Exactly. So the experience which I'm showing, as per that experience, what kind of data do I have to inform to customer on weekly basis and then monthly basis? I mean, can we create some sort of scenario for it?
So you will be mainly doing out of the box reporting. Like here we have, right? You go to the Burndown chart. For you as a Scrum Master, you will be mainly focusing on these. Burndown chart will be the most important one for the team and for you.
But
from the management perspective, yeah, that's what I'm coming to. From the management perspective, they may be interested in how many stories were completed in that sprint, how many defects were created or opened during the testing, how many were resolved, how much time it took to complete one story. They may be interested in those kind of metrics.
So from where should I get? I mean, how should I get this information?
So you'll have to kind of create the report, manual report. So if you go here, let me go back. Do we have any active sprint?
We have.
Okay. So let me go back to the search. Do you see the search capability?
Yes, I see.
go and click on advanced search. Okay. And let me do this as well. See, there are two types of searches. Okay, one is a basic search, which is already like provided by the tool, and one is advanced search, which is JQL, Jira Query Language.
Okay.
Now, to create those kind of reports, you may want to use advanced search. Okay, so let me go here and just open, what is the active sprint we have? OSP2. Okay, that's an online shopping portal, right? Okay. So let me delete this. So let's say you want to find out for online shopping portal, how many stories are there? For example, right? At a global level, the total number of stories you have for online shopping portal. Okay. So what do you need? You need to tell the tool project is equal to online shopping portal, right? So you're just typing in, it will bring the data. It will populate the data.
Okay.
So I want information from online shopping portal. And then you have to say and issue type, right? Every single item, PBI item is called an issue in Jira.
Okay.
Okay, issue type, which is right here, is equal to, what do we need?
Story,
right? So it will be story, user story. Okay, that's a story. In some tools, they configure it as user story. Sometimes it's story. It depends on how it's configured. Okay. So issue type is equal to story. I don't want any sprint. I want all the stories in this project online shopping portal, and click on search. So you see there's 8 stories you have. Right? So you got this list, and you can say, okay, I want to export it. I want to export it in Excel, Word, whatever you want to do. In fact, CSV. Okay, I want to export in CSV. I want to export all the fields or current fields. What does that mean?
Only all the field, I guess. No, I'm not sure. Current field might be only.
So current field means what you see on the screen. That's a current. All the fields will give you, I think, more than 200 data elements, which we don't see it here, but that's captured in the backend. So to do that level of reporting, you may want to do all the fields. Let's open and see how it is. Okay, we don't have, we haven't configured all the things here. That's why we don't see it. Did we select all?
Yeah. No, no, sorry, we have not selected all.
Oh
We
yeah,
have
that's why.
current fields only.
Yeah. Okay, now you see we got so many. So based on this, you can say, okay, let's say your manager has requested, I want to see all the stories in the project. So you have the data, correct?
8. Yeah.
Now, depending on what exactly they need to see, you need to customize it. For example, they want to see um, how much time you spent, right, on this story. So you have something here, time spent. Because we don't have data, it's not here. But assuming that somebody did everything correctly and entered the data, you will see it here. Like for example, original estimate. What was the original estimate? I think they converted that into minutes or something. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, let's say there's like 50 hours original estimate. How much they spent? How much is remaining?
Okay.
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 So this one is, I think, in the dollar amount, I guess. No, that's also time. Remaining estimate, original estimate. I think this one is a duplicate of that, but doesn't look like it's a different value. I think it's a cumulative one. There's
Can
a
we
cumulative
ask
one.
this report related issue from any Jira person over there, technical expert?
What is that?
I mean, there will be any person, right, for Jira support?
Yeah. No, they won't help you with this thing. That's a functional job, right?
Okay.
They will help you with if you don't have access to Jira or there's a you don't see a field, you want to add a field, they will help you with that. But they won't
Mhm.
let you. They won't help you with creating reports.
Okay.
So let me do one thing. I'll open my office laptop here. It's open, and I'll show you from my office laptop. Wait.
Yeah. And one more thing, uh,
Yeah.
the task which they update, na? Just can you open the Jira ones,
Yeah.
which we have?
Let me send this.
Suppose, can you go on any subtask?
Yeah.
Suppose anybody wanted to update subtask, then he will click on where? The time tracking option,
That's correct.
and he
They'll
has to
click
put
here.
that particular, and then
Yeah.
he has to put a date, right? Select a date.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, okay, that's how. And then 1 day. Okay.
So it's
So then,
estimated is 1 day, and remaining is 7 hours 59 minutes. Okay. So you entered only 1 minute, I think, right?
hmm, I mean,
That's
I
why,
try
right?
to put I try to put
Yeah, maybe you entered 1 minute.
2 hours.
So let hmm?
No, no, I just wanted to enter 2 hours. How can I enter now? Because
Okay.
the total.
So just go here too. For hour you will need H.
Can you hold on? Okay, just can you cancel that once and reopen it and show me again?
Go here, click
Okay, okay.
time spent. Let's say you want to put 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. Two
The date
hours.
you want to put. Of course,
Today's.
today is a weekend, but let's say we keep it here,
Oh,
right?
just okay, okay.
Or you want to go on Friday 24. That's fine. You can go back and do it.
I missed.
And here you would put some relevant information what you did.
Yeah, that's what he
Work
did in that two
on,
hours.
yeah, creating the wireframes for, let's say, ABC module and click on log. See, now it reduced by that amount.
2 hours. Okay. And one more thing,
And
how
let's
can
say,
we add? Yeah, please.
so I will say, I don't know, I haven't tried it. Let me try this. 5 hours and 59 minutes. That would be, we need to convert that into a ratio. I don't know. This is not going to work, I'm sure. Okay. So we need to convert that into a ratio, like 59 minutes, right? So 59 minutes, it won't take that. So we need to convert that into a ratio of 1 hour. Then you can put it. But
So
nobody would
ultimately,
put that. Hmm?
yes, they will. Obviously, everybody will put for 1 hour, 2 hour like that, or whatever hours are there.
Exactly. Yeah. Correct.
Okay.
The standard thing is to put it in. See, it's still 1 minute. It's counting. So let me do this 1 minute, and now it should. Oops, no, 1 minute. Now it's complete.
It's done.
You can also go
Completed.
in negative. Let's
Okay.
say you still need to work on this.
Okay.
So it should still let you do that. But you are now in negative,
All right.
right? You estimated 8 hours, but you already exceeded that, and you are 4 hours above that.
Right.
So you can do that. Nothing wrong in it, but it should not happen to that extent where you estimated 8 hours and you work for like 50 hours. That's something really concerning.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
And yeah, and one more thing, if I have a sprint, then how about the release? How can I add sprint into release? I pinged you that query.
Okay. Let's do
When
that.
sprint is ready for release, and so do we delete the sprint for Jira, or is there any release procedure we need to follow? No.
See the release. Okay, you can have a workflow in Jira to track a sprint. But to track a release, there you don't need. I mean, there is no capability out of the box. You need to configure Jira tool and integrate with all the other tools. Like for example, there can be build deployment tools like Jenkins or other. There are a bunch of other tools. Even I'm not technical, frankly speaking, so I can only give you limited knowledge on how that
Understood.
integration will work. But you can integrate Jira tool with all the other tools, which will actually help you to orchestrate the entire deployment process. But out of the box, Jira will not do the deployment or release.
Okay.
You
Okay.
you see what I'm saying?
Yes, right.
So
So in
your
short,
question is,
with
if I
just
have to,
only with
if I
Mhm.
your question is, let me understand your question. So if we have to go live, we have to release a product, we have to release a software.
Hmm.
How can we do it using Jira? Is that your question?
I mean, my question is like they are working in release. Suppose release will have multiple Jiras, right? Sorry, multiple sprints.
Yeah.
So suppose
Hmm.
I release all the sprints. In that case, how
Yeah.
can I release the release? Or suppose we were not able to complete any of these story point within any of in any sprint, then how we have to go ahead? How it will work?
Okay. Okay.
Let
So
that
let
be.
me divide or break it down into two different parts. First, let's say you want to define a release. Okay.
Hmm.
So what you do is first you go back to your let me do this project. Go to the project, select your project, let's say online
Shopping.
shopping portal, and go to the project settings. Click here, it should be here. Right? Go to project settings. Now, within the project settings, one second. See, you have this release here. Okay,
Hmm.
you see this
Yes.
release?
Hmm.
Let me check one more thing. Can you navigate from here? See, one thing I don't like about Jira is they use different terms sometimes for the same thing. Like if you go back to this level, they have a release here,
Right. Yeah. I
correct?
had tried this release only. Yes.
And then you can also go to project settings and click on the version. They call it version as well. It's the same thing. See, it brings you to the same page.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So you can create releases based on the your predetermined release dates you have. So for example, release one you have, let's say release one. I'll give a name. So when do you start the work? Let's say you want to start Feb 3rd and you're going to go live, let's say on June 5th. Let's say release name is 1.0. And you can enter the name of the URL. Oh, this is optional anyway, but you'll save it and you keep creating those releases here. 2.0. So let's say your release 2.0 work will start, of course, after you go live, right?
Hmm.
So let's say June 5th you are going live. So we'll start on let's say June 8th, and you will go live June, July, August. Let's say 28th August. This is release 2.0 with the following features as listed in. Okay, so you can
Hmm.
keep creating as many releases as you want, and you can also kind of do the sorting based on that.
So we can't add a sprint and release here. How can?
No, you can. Let me come back to that. Okay, so
Yes.
now we created release here. Okay, now let me
Hmm.
go back to the project, and now you want to keep your backlog items as per the release, correct?
Hmm.
So let's open one of that, which is OSP 8.
Hmm.
Click on edit. So let's look for the release here. Fixed version. They call it now. See, they change the name again. Fixed version.
Okay. Okay.
So
I'm
we are
listening.
saying which version you plan to release this story. Release
Okay.
one.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
So every single story you will do it. Let's do
Okay.
all of these, and I'll show you one thing. You can also go from, let's see, oops, not this. Yeah, you can also go from here, release one.
For
How's the weather
release
there?
fee, yeah, weather is good. I mean, some cooling is there, but not much. I mean, temperature is around 1 degree, 1 to 4. Like in night,
Okay.
it goes to good beyond below 1 degree.
Hmm.
Good. I mean, as if I'm not working, and that's why I'm not getting any judgment about weather.
Mm-hmm. So UK was in news recently, right? That what
So,
Prince Harry left UK.
so sorry.
I'm saying UK was in news here in US that because of American lady, she she made the royal, she broke the royal family, something like that. There was in the news. You know that
Sorry.
guy, right?
No, no,
The
sorry.
prince.
Actually, I don't see news. I don't have a TV with
Okay,
in my house here.
the Prince Harry, right? The guy who was part of the royal family.
Yeah, yeah, Prince Harry. Yeah, I heard that
He
name.
left.
I mean,
He left UK and he moved. They moved to Canada, right? So in social media, they were making fun that how one lady from US came and broke the whole royal family.
oh God,
His wife is American, right? She's American,
American. Oh, okay,
Markle something. But anyway,
okay, okay.
okay.
She's
So what we
pointing.
did was, huh?
Yeah, I mean, everybody is pointing to her as she's from
Yeah,
America.
correct. So what we did was we just put all of these into release one. So let's
Hmm.
add this as well. Okay, so we did that. Okay.
Okay.
So now we have all of these into release one, correct?
Hmm.
Now let's say I want to refine my query. I want to see all the stories that are in release one. What I will do is,
So,
and
so instead of issue type, I will type release.
exactly. Okay, they don't call it release. Okay, they call it fixed version. Okay, we don't use the term release again when you're writing
Oh,
the query.
okay.
Fixed version is equal to whatever the name you gave. Uh, Release. You have to use double quotes here, okay? Because you created that label. So whenever you create a label of your own, you need to give double quotes.
Okay,
So
okay,
if you don't do it, it won't understand what you're talking. Like, see, it's not reading it, and you will see an indicator that this query is incorrect. If I try to run it, it will give me error.
okay. It will turn
Okay?
red, indicate as
Yeah,
an indicator. Okay.
exactly. So what you have to do is fixed version. Before you type in, you have to use
Hmm.
the codes. Right? Then it will on the left side, you will see all the releases we have. Select the
Hmm.
release you want. and then
So
you
just one
can
more
click on
query.
search.
So instead of can I if I remove issue type and I only put fixed version, is it okay?
Then it will give you, yeah, it's
Only.
okay. It will give you everything. It will give you the entire population. It will give you, like, that's a good question. See, we said I want only story, but I
Hmm.
also want bugs, right? I want all the PPIs that's part of the release one. If I
Hmm.
delete this, it's okay, but it's going to give me the list of all the PPIs that's part of release one. That will include your stories, your epics, your
Hmm.
tasks, subtasks, defects, everything it will give you.
Okay, okay, okay.
Now it should give you more than what we wanted,
Understood,
um,
understood.
right?
Hmm.
Fixed online shopping and fixed version is able to release one. Now the reason why we are
So,
getting this small number because we didn't map the remaining ones to release one.
hmm.
Okay, so
So,
if we yeah.
yeah, sorry to interrupt you. So when we write this code, uh, we always have to put lesser value first and then move towards higher value. I mean, suppose I
Okay,
wanted to.
yeah, you, that's a good question. Logically speaking, you'll do that, but I think you can also do the reverse. You can go with release, and yeah, I don't think that's an issue.
Can
Let
you?
me save this, okay?
Yes, sure.
You can always save your query. So let's say JQL or list
Release detail. Okay.
or release one,
Hmm.
release
Oh,
1.0 query. Now I want to change it. Let's try the other
hmm.
way, okay?
No,
So I
what
think
we
it will
will.
work.
Okay.
Fixed version is equal to
What is this?
hmm,
Okay. Okay. What is fixed version?
the one we did right now, right? The release basically.
Release name.
Release name 1.0.
Okay. 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 Okay.
What is that? So fixed version is equal to release. Let's start all over again. Fixed version
Is it
is
case
equal
sensitive?
to no, doesn't matter. And
And
let's say project, right?
hmm.
Online shopping portal.
Hmm.
And let's say order by.
What is
Uh,
this?
I want to I want to order it in a particular way. For example, create a date, right? The day it
Hmm.
was created. I want to do by that and run it. You got these many CBIs. So let me log into my office laptop and show you.
Yeah, sure. So, Chetan,
Yeah.
in interview, suppose they ask me what kind of reporting you used to send, what should I answer? I mean, do I have to tell them that I used to send I mean, only burn down chat report or
So you can just say that I used to create reports based on the needs of the stakeholders. And
Okay.
mainly I would write JQL, Jira query language. I would write the queries in the tool and extract the data, and based on that, customize the reports, whatever report or whatever data was requested by the stakeholders. But you can see out of the box, I was creating weekly status report, monthly status report, and daily. The Burndown chart reports. Okay, these are out of the box. That means standard reports.
So he will not ask me what was the content about those reports, right? I mean,
No,
because they
no,
were
they will
company
not.
specific, project specific.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. 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 So all these queries which you are typing here, is there any document in which all these queries are mentioned and how to read and write? JQ, Java query language,
No, they are not
Jira.
documented. No.
Okay.
Okay, let me do one thing here. Okay,
Okay.
can
So
you see the
got
screen?
it. Yeah, I can.
See, these are the projects right now. I have more, but on this, I have this project, 4 projects. So
So,
right
so
now we are working on this one.
you're working as a Scrum Master for multiple projects.
Uh, I'm a Scrum Master, business analyst on 3 of them. Project manager, Scrum Master, is whatever you want to call me, because we don't have any formal PM. So I'm working as PM as well.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So see, these are the queries I've created and saved. Now, if you go
Okay.
to the backlog, see, that's my backlog. Okay, we have 78 issues in the backlog. These are the team members I have.
So like
Okay,
that, I also have to create in
yeah, yeah, you have to create.
this is not a Jira, right?
This is Jira. See, you see this?
Okay.
That's the Jira.
So how you created all this name? I mean, with the developer's name, how you created? I mean,
You need to go here, configure the board. We'll talk about that. So you see,
sure,
there's
sure,
a
sure.
configure.
Okay, okay,
So
fine. I
when you
mean,
click,
you can.
so I can say, okay, I want to add, let's say, Chaitanya, right?
Mhm.
So owner is, let me do this. Oh, assignee, sorry. Assignee is equal to Sai Chaitanya. Yeah, this guy. List of issues assigned to Sai in lands on sprint 6. Now, if I go back to the board, his name should be there. Where is that guy?
Second, first one.
Oh yeah,
Person
that's right.
Chaitanya.
He doesn't have any work maybe in this sprint. Let's see. Oh, oh, he doesn't have.
Chaitanya.
So let me delete this guy because he has no work. I don't want to
Mhm.
add him. Okay.
Okay. Can
So
you
what
can
I
you
will do
teach
is,
me how to manage these things? I mean,
yeah,
in,
yeah. So
afterwards. I
I
mean,
would say, right now, focus on clearing the interview. These things will be ongoing. I will work with you. Don't worry about these things.
okay,
Okay.
okay,
Nobody's going to ask you configure this board right now. Show
okay,
me how you navigate because these things are very, job specific. Nobody's going to ask you this. For the
okay. Then
interview
fine.
to get the job,
Hmm.
focus on, okay, what did I work on? Right? The
Exactly.
bigger work on the bigger picture right now.
Sure, sure,
Tell me
sure.
about the project,
Hmm.
all those things. Because these things, even if you do it now and let's say you take another 1 month to find a job, you will forget by then,
Right,
right?
right.
These
Yeah.
things should be done on the fly. Okay, hey, I need to do this. My boss has told me to create a report. You would call me and we will work on that,
Exactly. Understood.
right?
Understood.
So
Sure,
you don't
definitely.
want to learn every single thing right now,
Okay.
and lose the focus on the interview part.
Yes, that's what actually, yeah. You're right, you're right. Because I also have that then fear, "Arey, I have to learn all this stuff also." Okay.
And see, this is so vast. Even I have to go and do some Google. I have to read some blogs or do some trial and error and find it out. Because if I
Okay.
don't use it, I'll lose it. I don't remember everything, right? I'm not a supercomputer, or I don't have something in my head that will remember everything.
Right, correct, correct.
If I don't
Yes.
use it on a day-to-day basis, I'm sure I'm going to forget it. But it is not a rocket science, right? You just
Yes.
do some trial and error, go to Google, go to their website, and you will find some answers.
Oh, sure.
That's how I
Okay.
do. But what I'm telling you is right now, instead of learning every single thing, because it's not going to end at all. Okay,
Right,
something will always be there to learn. So
right.
you will never get to a point where you will start taking interviews. You will think, oh, I need to learn this. Now I need to do this part. I need to learn how to configure the board. I need to know how to configure the issues, right?
Yeah.
So it's not
So,
going to end.
okay, okay. So that
I
time
would
I can
I
ask
would
you.
recommend focus on the interview right now because that is the most important part you need to do. Once you have a
Okay.
job, depending on the request you get from your manager or your boss, we can work on it and get things resolved as they come.
Okay, okay. Understood, understood. Sure. I got it. Understood.
Correct?
Yeah, yeah. Got it.
Okay. So let's say, mm, let me go back. I will show you one thing here.
Okay.
Our sprint ended yesterday, but see, there are so many things which are, I think they are moving to the this thing, done state. So this one will be 421. We haven't finished it. It will be a spillover. Okay. So let me go back here. See, for example, here we have. I don't think we have this report in that Jira board. These are out of the box reports which you can tell your admin to configure. Like for example, you want to see average age report. So it will give you the average time it takes to complete. Not complete, sorry. How much time has elapsed for a PBI? So it will show the average age of any unresolved issue. So if I click on this, let's do this, okay? Okay, I want to do by daily. Of course, I don't want hourly, daily. Let's say weekly, okay? If you see this, shows the average age of unresolved issues for a project. And I want to see for this particular project, okay? Lance PMO, that's a project I want to use. And I want to use weekly. Let's go, yeah, let's keep it weekly. See, now if you see this chart, what it says is this axis, y-axis is days,
and x-axis is
right, and that's a week. We said 1 week, right? So week 1.
Yes.
We have 235 issues unresolved, and the total age is this. I mean, collectively, and the average age is 120. So I'm assuming they are getting the data by dividing these two numbers. Let's see. So 2, 8, sorry, 2,
8, 246.
2, 8, 246, right? Divide that by 235.
35.
See 120.
Okay.
Right? You divide this by this, you get the average age. So what it means is in that week, you had 235 issues unresolved, and the total age, collective age of all 235 issues is these many days.
Okay.
Right, which is 28,246. And average age, that means every single issue has been out there for 120 days.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Clear? So let's say I want to change it to monthly. So now it's telling me January, December, January. Because we said 30 days, right? So I can also do for like, let's say 60. It will give me 3 months data, November, December, and
January, 3 months ago.
Right? So for the whole month of November, we had 201 issues unresolved. The total average age is this, average days is this. It's giving me that number.
So there are so
if
many
I'm a
issues.
management, if I'm, let's say I'm in the management, I will see, and what can I infer from this? That every single issue is taking 128 days. It's in the pipeline for the past 128 days.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's do this one. Created versus resolved issues report. So it will compare the issues which were created versus the ones which were resolved during a specific period of time.
Okay.
Suppose
we take weekly.
Yeah, let's go with monthly, I think. Or let's go with weekly. It doesn't matter. We'll just keep it.
Okay, so it will shows for past 30 days. Oh, what is this? Okay.
See, this one, the red one is created. So these many you created, and these many you implemented, resolved. But you see, then the gap is widening. That means you're creating more than resolving. So you
Less.
don't want that
Yes.
huge gap,
This gap should be not
right?
there. Hmm.
It should not be that wide. So
Exactly.
we are creating more and more, but we are not resolving them.
Okay.
So think
So
about
that
that. You are
means
putting more and more. Let's say you go for a buffet. You're
hmm,
putting more and more on your plate, but not eating it. What's going to
eating it.
happen? It's going to spill over,
Exactly.
right? That's the same thing what we are talking. You don't want to keep adding without using that or without working on the previous ones.
So mean to say we have so many items in TBI.
Yeah,
We have so many product backlog. Okay.
correct.
Okay. Okay.
See, initially we had more resolved than created,
Hmm. No, then suddenly it
but that
changes.
also is not what's that?
Suddenly it changed
Yeah.
after that.
So initially, around the October time frame, we had we resolved 16 issues and created two, uh, which is again counterintuitive because you cannot resolve 16 issues without I mean, out of two issues, right? So something is
No, no,
missing
no, no,
here.
no. It will be like that on that particular day. There was two issues is created. In previously also there might be have issues, right? And people have closed this much of
Resolved.
issue on that days like that. It is.
Okay, okay, yes,
It is
you're
not
right.
total number
Sorry.
of
Yeah,
issues, right?
that's correct. Yeah,
Total number of
you're right.
issues.
Good finding. So here, the same thing. On this day, we resolved 49 issues and created 40.
Hmm.
But then we kind of, on
It
30th November,
increased.
120 created, 108 resolved.
So means sprint velocity might be less here.
Yeah.
Sprint velocity need to increase.
And let's say if I want to just see only specific issues, I don't want to see what do you call, yeah, it doesn't give me that option.
No, I understood what you're trying to say. I mean, any
I want to
defects.
see only stories.
Yes, yes, yes. I got it.
Yeah, it doesn't give me that option.
So suppose now in that case I need that option. Can I ask for that Jira developers? I mean, the Jira technical person to add this
Yeah, you
option?
can do that. Yeah,
Okay,
they should be able to customize it.
okay, I got it. Okay.
So I haven't used this, frankly speaking. So let's see. Show the pie chart. Show the pie chart of issues for a project. Filter group by specified field. This helps you see the breakdown of a set of issues at a glance.
Oh,
Okay. So I want to see by issue type, right? For this project, I want to see by issue type and select next. I should be able to see stories versus subtasks versus bug, blah, blah, blah. Right?
okay,
So the
okay.
maximum is story. We have 73 subtasks. We have 40 bugs, 32 tasks, epic 16, test 11, all that.
Hmm. So that is for specific period of time, like
No, cumulative. It's a cumulative.
accumulator.
Yeah. As
But
of
it
date,
won't.
that
But it won't give us ongoing project details, right? So
Ongoing
only
means
only
as of today, as of now.
okay, okay, okay,
If you
okay. I got
select, let's say I want to select the status, right? So as of today, these many are closed, these many are in progress, all that.
okay. You have how
I
much
want to
velocity you have here in your project? Sprint velocity.
around 80 story points.
Okay. So in interview, I have to say 30 to 40. Is it that's okay, right?
You can just say the team velocity varied between teams. So in my last project, the team velocity was somewhere around, you can just make it up 100 something. You can just 80, make it 80. That's fine.
80. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And regarding this resume, the tools which you have mentioned in resume, do I
Yeah.
have to mention all tools there? Project tools and all this in resume?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I have no idea about those tools actually. I mean,
You just have to know what those tools are used for. You don't have to be an expert. Okay. So just know, like, for example, Trello. Trello is a Kanban tool. That's all you need to know. They are not going to ask you, okay, tell me how you used, what all features it has. You can just say
mhm.
that I used for Kanban, I used a tool like Trello to manage the Kanban board.
Okay. Okay. You supposed to tell me about the Kanban board in this tool, Jira tool, where it is.
Yeah. So we'll do that tomorrow. Let's focus on that. Tomorrow
Yeah.
only we'll do Kanban. Okay.
Okay. And that this is also pending, no? What? Retrospective.
Retrospective and Kanban we will do tomorrow then.
Can you just complete one thing? I mean, tell me about yourself. I have op- done something on my. I'm just that opening question answer for interview
What is that?
today. If interviewer asks me, tell me about yourself, then what I'm going to
Hmm.
say. So I have
Hmm.
already prepared one answer for that. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Let's do
can you
that.
just have a look on it? Yeah, please.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me finish this. See, there's an important report for you. Okay, time tracking report. You kept asking, right? How do I ensure that people are working and they are entering the time?
Yes, right.
Time tracking report shows the original and current time estimates for issues in the current project. This can help you determine whether work is on track for those issues. See, this is one of the most important report for a management manager, whosoever, right? Scrum
Mhm.
Master. You
Okay.
want to go by fixed version? Okay, let's say I want to track only release one work right now. Uh, this doesn't
As com
matter how you want to sort it. Issues you want to all subtask. Yes, I want to include the subtask. Okay,
including
or
all
you can say
subtasks
only including subtask with the selected version. You
without
can
version
select
set.
anything. Hmm?
It says, I think no. Just click on that drop down box. Yes. It says also including subtask without version set.
Yeah, so that means if there is a subtask which doesn't have a version, do you want to
Okay.
include that as well, or you want to
We should
include all the
take
subtasks?
include all subtasks. That will be ready to that release
Okay.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but see, they may not. Okay, that's fine. We can keep it like that. Okay, so you can get this report here. So see, a lot of times they haven't entered the data here, but if they have entered the data, you will see original estimate this, the remaining time spent, everything they will see here. You will see here.
So they have not done anything here.
Yeah, they haven't entered. See, now they have we have enforced it, so now they are entering it
They have
here.
started entering. Okay. 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 In
Right?
hours only.
hours. So for example, that's a subtask, right? Let's take a better example. That's a subtask, 6 hours, and what is that?
I mean,
Is also giving, are you on track or are you negative? They are giving you that data as well. So let's go up
so
here. So first column is original, estimated time remaining, and time spent.
I mean to say, for example, can we take any example, single example, any subtask, original estimate, estimated
Yeah,
time remaining. Okay. So see, for example, we took that 258. We took 258,
just
then
one
it
second.
will have
Let me see one thing here. Okay, 16, 16 plus 6 plus 24. Okay, got it. See now the way it works is it's cumulative. This one is cumulative. So 16 plus 6 plus 24, right? Because all three are part of the same this thing story. So land 357 is the parent one, okay, and underneath that we have three subtasks, one, two,
mm,
and three. Total is 46 hours, and the total remaining is this, right?
in terms of that story point only.
No, these are hours. That's not story point. Time spent is this much. 12, 12 hours. Oh, sorry, 12 plus 6 plus 30.5 and minus 30.5, so 48.5. Okay, that's correct. So that much has been time spent. Okay, so we estimated 46 hours.
Mm,
The time spent is 48.5
okay,
on that cumulative.
2 hours extra.
But then why is it estimated time remaining? Why is it saying remaining 12.5?
Then what is 16?
46.
16 hours is what? Beside 46 hours? What is that?
16 is
Total.
16 hours for the story. Okay, let's take a better example here. Okay, this one is better example. We have two
Yeah.
subtasks, right? That's a story. Lance PMO 102 is a story. We have two subtasks, 6 hours and 4 hours, so total 10 hours, correct?
Mm, mm.
And somebody worked 4 hours on that subtask, so the time spent was only 4 hours, right? So the remaining is 6,
Okay,
right?
they are okay. The right side one is for story and left side one is for subtask hours.
No, this
And
one is a story. If you see this,
this is
Lance
story.
PMO 102 is a story, and we have two subtasks, 280 and 279. You see this arrow?
No, no. What I'm trying to say is within each and every column, there are two numbers, right? Okay.
This
So
one is,
in that,
yeah, this one is for each subtask, and that's a
this is
cumulative for all the subtasks.
no, no. That is for story, no? 6 hours, upper side, right side, in second column.
See,
Okay.
ultimately, everything will, see, if you add these two, it will
It
be
will
here.
change. It will change. It will change. Understood. Understood.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. And who did that? Who have not updated that is
That you won't know from here. You have to go and see. Okay, let's say for um, let's say for this particular subtask, nobody entered the hours, right? So you can click on 386 and say, okay, who is Priya is the one, right? Owner. She needs to do this. Okay? So you have to go one by one and do it like that.
Mm, but that will be time consuming. Some.
Yeah, that's okay, of course it is. That's why they want Scrum Master, right? If it was easy, they don't want you.
Mm.
Okay? So
Okay.
let's do this. Stop here. And tomorrow, what we can do is we can complete three things. We can start with your first question, right? Interview question. The
Hmm.
second thing we'll do is we'll do the Kanban board. And what was the third one you wanted?
That retrospective one.
Yeah, retrospective. So let's finish that tomorrow.
Okay. And in that resume, the tools which you have mentioned, do you have any document? I mean, with its importance, anywhere written document with you?
Uh,
Or should I do it from Google for
so
every
just
this?
go to the site that website and learn about those tools. You don't need to get into the details of that tool.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, you don't want to spend more than like 5 minutes on each of the tools, learning that tool. Just understand what that tool is. Yes, but you should be comfortable talking on Jira Confluence, these two tools.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. Okay. So will they ask any question on Jira Confluence related? I don't think so, right?
No, they won't ask you, okay, tell
They
me
won't
how
ask,
you
right?
open the Jira and
Yes.
all that.
Oh,
Nobody
just
is going to ask you that. But they might ask
exactly.
you, okay, tell me which tool you use for this work. You should
Ah,
be able to
okay.
tell them.
So yeah, Jira and Confluence tools. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All
And
right. Hmm.
also add a couple of more tools, like go and just look up version one, Rally, these two tools as well, because some projects they also use that tool,
Okay. Okay.
right? So you should be kind of familiar with those tools at least to talk about.
Okay. These all management tools, right? Only. Okay.
Yeah, same. It's like same Jira,
Okay. Okay.
right? But by different company, from a different company.
Right. All right. Okay. Okay. Fine.
Okay?
Hmm. Yeah. You just send me this recording for today's class.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. Sure. Thank
And
you
let's
very
meet
much. Thank you.
tomorrow. Okay?
Yeah. Sure. Same time. I mean, what time you?
Uh, we'll try to do it early, a little bit, around like 10 tomorrow.
Okay. Fine. 10 is okay with me.
Okay?
Fine. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes. Bye.
Okay, welcome. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Bye. Have a great day.
You too. Bye bye.